Just bring yourself to the present
अपने
moment
आप को इस पल में ले आइए।
using the
आपकी
breath as
सांस
your
को
vehicle
एक वाहन
to
की
bring you to the here and
तरह उपयोग
now.
करते हुए
A deep
अपने
breath
आप को
in
यहाँ पे लाइए। इस पल में एक गहरी सांस
and a deep
अंदर
breath out
और एक गहरी सांस बाहर,
with the intention that
एक इरादे के साथ
whatever we
कि
receive,
जो
whatever
भी
we
आज हम
learn
पाएंगे,
today
जो भी आज हम सीखेंगे, आज हमारे जीवन
brings more and
में,
more joy
आपके जीवन में
and more happiness
आनंद
to
ले आए।
us
हमारे लिए,
and to
हमारे आसपास जो
everyone
भी है
around us and to everyone in the
और
universe.
सारे ब्रह्मांड में जो भी है, सबको आनंद प्राप्त हो।
Great. So let me share this screen. So is the screen visible? Okay, perfect. So
Yes.
so one of the questions that always comes up is, we understand, we feel, we appreciate this understanding of Advaita, of non-duality, of oneness, of I am the divine, of I amness, I am that, Tattvamasi, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, and all these wonderful insights that we have received as human beings. But the question that always comes up is, how do I, put it to use in day-to-day life? How do I apply it? How do I make it real in my day-to-day experience? And what we are noticing is, of course, that the speed at which life happens is breakneck speed. Life throws all these experiences and people, situations, circumstances at us from left, right, center, top, bottom, and behind you, and all that at the same time. And really, we, in spite of our best intentions, we get so caught up in it that, and in spite of our sadhana and our intention to be joyful, to be in celebration, and to be in love, it is we often forget, and we get drawn into the storm and flow away, and and then we are lost until we eventually somehow come back to it, either through our own thought process, something we read, something we hear, or something we understand. But by then it's too late, and we are left with regrets of what we that whole cycle that we went through unnecessarily, causing suffering not only to ourselves but to others as well. So what is needed is that meditation also match the speed of life, right? So here we are introducing, really for the first time to everyone, this new way uh, of being and living meditation. We always talk about meditation being a 24-hour process, but how do you really do that? So this is one approach that we can all learn, understand, apply, and see what happens. So meditation at the speed of life. So, like I was saying, why this new form of meditation is needed is that, by the time you do your three ohms and settle down in your breath, life has already thrown a few bumper balls at you, and even more that we are not even aware of. So, the speed of meditation is not equal to the speed of life. So what we are left with is the afterglow of the meditation. Whatever the remaining effects of meditation are, we experience peace, we experience joy. But then, as far as life is concerned, it's whatever is left behind. Out of that, to use that and to help that feeling, understanding to to take us through the remainder of the day. So what we need a process is a process that is in real time. It's happening along with life, not after life, not before life, not in between. not, we hit the pause button, which is okay. And so I'm not saying we don't have to continue to meditate and read and contemplate and do bhakti and prayer and whatever we are engaged in. But in addition to that, we need something that is faster than fast, in real time, while without interrupting the flow of experience. Experience is still going on, life is still going on, and in the midst of it, bazaar ke beech mein, in the middle of the bazaar, in the middle of the hubbub and the chaos, how to find that peaceful place, and not just find it, but to use it, apply it. And it has to be open eyes, of course. We cannot, someone is, you're engaged in an argument sometimes, and you're engaged in a conflict, and you can't hit the pause button of life and say, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to meditate and come back to you. It doesn't work that way. And it has to be simple and easy. So this meditation is has to be simple, and so all we need is one single thought, one single idea that we can bring into our awareness and bring into our mind to become this instrument of consciousness, to become this process, this way of expressing consciousness in the real world. So only one question is all we need. So the question is how to infuse or allow or celebrate or express into this experience which is going on right now, whatever it is. What are experiences consisting of? Experience consists of the body and the mind and the world and whatever situation you happen to in. So how to infuse this experience which is going on right now? What is going on right now? Any experience, wherever you are, is only made up of body, mind, world, and situation. So that's all that is ever going on. All experiences consist of a combination of these three or four elements. And ultimately it's only mind at the end of the day. But for understanding purposes, there is also a body, and there is also this so-called outer world, and there are these situations and interactions between these imaginary elements, created elements called this universe, this mind, and this dream of the mind. So how to infuse or to allow or to celebrate or express into this experience which is going on right now, how to infuse it with the qualities of that. What are the qualities of that? For example, when we just, when we ask the question to ourselves, am I there? What comes up is that space which we touch immediately, which says, yes, I am there. And if we look at the qualities of that space, we feel that it is open, we feel that it is peaceful, spontaneous, loving, fast. Speed is a very, very important quality of this openness. Everything happens in a moment, in a flash. Patience, truth, silence, strength, creativity, beauty, grace, and so on. And I mean, we can, this list can literally be fill a library, if not the entire universe, if we were to describe each and every quality of the infinite. So all these qualities of that. And what is that? That which is experiencing this experience that is going on right now. Because the body, the mind, and the world and the situation are not the ones who are experiencing the experience. Those are the means, or those are the instruments, or those are the props in this play called life. But the experiencer, the one who is actually going through the joy and the suffering and the happiness and the tears and the laughter, the one who is laughing and crying is not the body. The one who is suffering and one who is celebrating is not the body. It is that which is the experiencer of all this. So, that which is experiencing it, how do I bring the qualities of that? And we have, over time, we have given this I, the different names. The simplest one is I. It is I. When you say I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am tired, I am angry, I am afraid, etc., etc., etc. The common element, which is the experiencer of all of these experiences, is that I. So clearly, you don't say, the body is sad, my mind is sad. No, you say, I am sad. So, so I'm getting a sneeze, but okay. So the different names of that which we are used to, we can, the simplest one is of course I, and the closest one is of course I, because any other name puts that energy far away from us and separate from us, which it is not. If there is anything that we are intimately familiar with and know completely and fully and wholly as a real live experience, then it is that experience of I. The I that you refer to when you say, I am sad, who is that I? So, and that I, or I am happy, I am joyful, I am ecstatic, who is that I? So, simplest one is I, but then we have given it other names also: source, presence, consciousness, awareness, God in religious terms, divine, or the experiencer, or the drishta. So the question that we want to ask ourselves in the midst of life, in the middle of the bazaar, this question is what we want to ask ourselves: how to infuse this experience which is going on right now with the qualities like openness, silence, truth, patience, love, creativity, beauty, these qualities of that into this experience that is going on right now. And how, what is that? That is the one which is experiencing all that is going on. So, this is the question. Now, this is too long a question to ask in the middle of life. So, this is correct and it is complete, or not complete, but it is, to complete the whole thing, you'll need the universe full of words, but to at least point to what we are talking about. This is what we need, but this is too big. Life happens in a flash. Somebody says something that hurts you, it can happen from left field. You don't even have a time to bat an eye, and there it is. So we cannot have this as our uh, meditation question. So we need to filter it down. I was telling you that joke earlier about Mullah Nasruddin wants to send a telegram from his business trip coming home, and goes to the post office. He says he wants to let his wife know that he's going to be back one day earlier than planned, and writes this whole long telegram about, dear Mrs. Nasruddin, and I am going to be one day early, and blah blah blah. And after the post office, the clerk looks at him and says, each word is going to cost you, a lot of money. So you better be careful with your words. So then he realizes this and starts removing all the words. So dear nikal do, dear ki, why do we need dear? She's dear to me. I know it. She knows it. Why do I have to say dear? I'm sending her the telegram. Why I have to say Mrs. Nasruddin? She is that only. Then why I have to say I? If I am sender, I am only the one. This way, this slowly he takes out one word, two words, three words, and finally he finds that there is nothing left to say and cancels the whole telegram and goes home, goes back to his whatever. So this is what we are going to do here also. So we are going to start taking away words, knowing that this is the background. So supposing we want to shorten this, how do we shorten it? So instead of saying how to infuse or celebrate or express, we put a simple word. How to bring into? How do we bring to? And instead of saying the experience going on right now, which consists of body, mind, world, situation, instead of saying that, we can short form, we can say the current experience. How to bring into the current experience with the qualities. We all know what the qualities are. Like Mullah Nasruddin, सब मालूम है अपने को क्या qualities है मेरे. My real self, what are my true qualities? When we sit for a moment and pause and look, we know we are peace, we know we are love, we know we are patience, we know we are truth, we know we are silence. So we don't need to say it. So we just say the qualities of that. And when we say that, we know what we mean by that. That is God, that is divine. You want to give it a name, give it a name. But we know what that is. So we just have to say that. And also known as all this, we cancel that. And what we are left with is how to bring. So we are left with, if you read everything in blue, how to bring into the current experience the qualities of that which is experiencing it, right? Um, I just want to. Is the recording on? Yes. Okay. Okay, good. So, how to bring into the current experience the qualities of that which is experiencing? So, this is the question we have to ask. Okay. So, now we are becoming even more like Mullah Nasruddin. Even this is too long, a little too long. How can we make this even shorter? It has to be able to be brought to our mind like this in a snap, insta. So we can take away some of these words also. So, how to bring to this? We don't need to say the current experience. Instead of current experience, we can say this. What do we mean when we say this? This means whatever is in front of us. जो भी सामने है, whatever is in front of us is this. So, uh, how to bring into this that? That is as short as we can make it. Okay. So at the end of this, shortening this telegram that we want to send to ourselves, at the end of that process, we are recording this whole thing. So it's going to be on YouTube. No need to take notes or anything. So how to bring to this that is all we are left with. And so the final question that we are going to ask ourselves as part of this meditation is how to bring that to this. It's as simple as you can possibly make it, right? How to bring that which I am to this which is in front of me, to this life which is happening. How to bring that to this bus. So, this is the one question that we ask ourselves as frequently or as infrequently as you want to. And then, so how do we use this? So let's say whatever something is happening and uh, you have a question about what should my response be, what is the correct way to respond to this situation. At that point you bring this question to your mind, how to bring that to this, and let the answer emerge from you. We are not going to give any answers to ourselves that this is what you have to do, that divine would do this, that. No answers. We only raise the question and let it go. Raise the question, let it go, and we continue on with whatever the response that automatically emerges. We are simply raising the question to step out of the way. What do we want to step out of the way? We want the mind, the body, our qualities, our prejudices, our opinions, our thoughts, our so called knowledge, our um, um, predisposition towards whatever, our mood, our anger, our anything that is part of this body mind. We simply want to move out of the way and let that which is the source of all that we are come forth and act through this body and mind in whatever way, shape, or form that happens. So, so how to bring that into this is the shortest form of insta meditation that we can begin to use. So we do not answer the question. We do not make any attempt to answer the question. How to bring that into this? Don't get into the answer. The answer is anyway beyond us. Intellectually, we cannot come up with the right answer anyway, and there is no right answer to begin with. It's kind of like in the Zen tradition, there is this process of asking a koan. A koan is an unanswerable question, and the student is asked that unanswerable question and works on that question. Like, what is the sound of one hand clapping? And and as long as that student continues to try to give answers, the master keeps throwing him out of the room and said, you didn't get it yet, you didn't get it yet. No matter how brilliant or how intelligent or how wonderful the answer may be, how deep the answer may be, it's still an answer. It is not a response. It is not a response that is coming from your being. It is not a response that is coming from who you truly are. And then the master, of course, recognizes that when it comes as a response, that's when the grace descends, the silence descends, the beauty and love descends, and then you move on to the next question and the next koan, and so on. So we respond to the question with our thoughts, words, and actions in the midst of whatever we are already engaged in our life. And the response includes sometimes no action, or silence may be a response. It's not that just because we have asked this question and now we are supposed to respond, that means we have to do something now. We have to say something or we have to create. No, it's not that way. Silence and inaction and no action are equally acceptable responses. So don't edit, don't judge yourself. Whatever the response is, allow it to come. Trust that you, in your deepest places, really know what is the right, best, appropriate, aligned thought, word, and action to take. You already know it. So just allow that to appear, emerge, and we don't have to edit, we don't have to judge. And we repeat this above as and when, as frequently as we wish, or whenever it comes on its own to us by grace. It is grace. Whether this question will come to you at the right time, at the right place, who knows? It may not. Ultimately, it is grace. It is not up to us anyway. All our thoughts are simply emerging. We are not the creators of our thoughts. We are therefore not the creators of this insta meditation. We are simply the instrument through which divine presence, I, flows in the form of this question as and when it is that way, when it is so. So, uh, so how to bring that into this? We do not have to now make this one more thing to stress about. Oh, I forgot to use it. I didn't use it. I used it. Let's not add to our pile of challenges in life. As and when it comes, allow it to come and respond to it. So the occurrence of this and any other thought is only by grace. So release yourself from trying to control it, and release yourself from trying to beat yourself up if it is not remembered. If you remember, well and good. If you don't remember, well and good. It is all by divine grace anyway. So we, along with all the things that we let go of, we let go of the mind, we let go of the body. Along with the things we let go of, we also let go of this insta meditation. Now that we know it, we absorb it and we let it go. Let it go and let it do its work on its own. We are not going to make this one more task for us. Clear? Okay, great. So this is the long and short of it. So just because we are saying this question, how to bring that into this, I'm just reminding you that that and this are not two different things. They are ultimately the same. We are only getting out of the way this equipment called the mind and body. We just want that equipment to be not in the way, but we want to use it to express. Great. So, um, so Sonal, you had a question. Ki why do we, when we say how to bring this to that, why even say how to? Just say bring this to that. Now, see, bring this to that is an affirmation. It is almost, Sonal, you are there? You can unmute everyone. And turn on videos, everyone. That will be nice. Videos on, mics on if you want to say anything. So,
Yes, I'm here.
okay, so the question is important and it can only be a question. It cannot be a command. It cannot be a demand. It cannot even be a request because we don't know. We just by saying bring this into that. I have no clue what to do, how to do. Bring this to that. It's a closing of space when you give a command. When you say how to bring this to that, it's an opening. It's how to bring. I don't know. I don't know. And that question opens the way for the answer that is appropriate in that moment. Bring this to that as a command or request also is not powerful enough to shake this strong thing called the personality. ये जो पर्सनालिटी का जो ये मुखौटा लेके जो हम बैठे हैं उसको हटाने के लिए ये कमांड इनफ नहीं है, रिक्वेस्ट भी इनफ नहीं है. एक छोटे बच्चे की तरह उसको थोड़ा सा फुसलाना है. उसको कैसे करेंगे बेटा इसको? And when you ask that question, the answer will emerge. So the question is very, very important. We cannot remove the question mark. We cannot remove the how to. The question you had asked was, why say even how to? Just say, bring this to that. That will not be powerful enough.
Okay, sir.
Okay, got it. Great.
Yes.
So, anyone else, any other questions or comments or anything to share? So, I'm asking all of you, please, isko azmaiye.
It is difficult, sir, but we'll work out.
Yeah. No, शहनाज जी, this is ये क्या बोले इससे और आसान साधना नहीं हो सकती.
I know.
मतलब इसको हमने जो जो हर पुस्तक का ज्ञान है उसको डिस्टिल करके छोटा सा निवाला बनाकर आपको प्रस्तुत कर रहे हैं. आपको सिर्फ अभी चबाना है.
I do this.
Wonderful.
6 years.
अच्छा.
Everything
This is how you are practicing. So for you it is not difficult. Why you are saying it's difficult? Himanshu.
So it's something like merging.
Something like nothing, Baba. Just take this as it is.
Okay.
Just let the answer emerge in every moment, in everything, in every action.
Means
but don't.
ईज एंड वो
हाँ,
दोनों एक ही है.
आखिर में एक है, आखिर में एक है. देखिए, आखिर में एक है. अभी ये सही सवाल है. ये और वो आखिर में एक है, लेकिन ये जो जीवन का अनुभव है, उसको अनुभव करने के लिए ये और वो अलग किया गया है, ताकि हम अनुभव कर सके. जैसे मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि आपको टेनिस खेलना है तो एक बंदा यहां चाहिए, एक बंदा उधर चाहिए, ऑपोजिट साइड. मैं और वो, अगर मैं और वो एक ही साइड में है और एक ही है तो टेनिस नहीं खेल सकते. तो ये जीवन का जो खेल है, उसको खेलने के लिए ये और वो, आखिर में ये और वो एक है. लेकिन हम ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि ये जो सामने है, उस खेल में मेरे जो गुण है, मैं के जो गुण है, उसको कैसे हम लाएं, मिलाएं. हाउ टू ब्रिंग दैट टू दिस. ग्रेट, हिमांशु. फाइनली.
Yeah,
हाँ,
it's a great meditation. मैंने कल से थोड़ा थोड़ा स्टार्ट किया है.
हाँ, गुड.
I feel that कि ये जो हमारा जो करंट सिचुएशन है या फिर करंट कोई भी थॉट आए, तो उसको हमारे बेस्ट थॉट में या फिर बेस्ट जो भी हो सकता है उसमें कैसे कन्वर्ट कर सकते. वो हमारा जो इनर बेस्ट है वो कैसे ला सकते.
Right. No, wait. Very good point. We are not converting anything to anything. We are not changing anything. This is not about changing anything. This is not about converting your thought, converting your belief, converting. It is not about that. It is about infusing with this energy, infusing with this understanding, not changing. जैसे मान लो एक दृश्य है आपके सामने, वो दिख नहीं रहा है ठीक से और आप उसकी तस्वीर लेना चाहते हैं. यू आर टेकिंग अ फोटोग्राफ. यू टर्न ऑन द लाइट, यू टर्न ऑन द फ्लैश. नाउ व्हेन यू टर्न ऑन द फ्लैश, हैव यू चेंज्ड एनीथिंग इन द सीन? हैव यू कन्वर्टेड एनीथिंग इन द सीन? नो. We are not talking about converting. We are not talking about changing. Everything that is present in front of you is divine, is wonderful, is joy, is beauty, is already truth, it's already love. We are just not seeing it. उसको कोई कन्वर्जन या चेंज की जरूरत नहीं है. चाहे वो आंसू हो, चाहे ये हो, वो हो, जो भी हो, वो सही है, वो ठीक है. उस पर सिर्फ हम ये जो मैं हूं, उसका प्रकाश उस पर डाल रहे हैं. और ये मैं का प्रकाश जो है, प्रकाश कहो, प्रेम कहो, उसको हम प्रेम से सींच रहे हैं, प्रकाश से सींच रहे हैं, बदल नहीं रहे हैं. Please don't get these two ideas confused. We are not about changing anything or converting anything. Everything is wonderful the way it is. We are putting the light of divine and love into that scene. That's all. And now, with the light of the divine and love, whatever now happens is free to happen. हो सकता है कुछ चीज बदल भी जाए अपने आप, ठीक है, लेकिन हमारे उसको बदलने की कोई उसकी तरफ एनर्जी नहीं है, जरूरत भी नहीं है. अगर हर चीज डिवाइन है तो उस क्या बदलना है, क्यों बदलना है? सींचना है सिर्फ प्रेम से. You understand? Very important question, and I'm glad you brought it up because this is not about that. Great.
So what is the meaning of Sichna hai means nourish?
Sichna is nourish, flood, irrigate, flood. Nourish. Yes.
संजय जी, I want to ask one more question.
Yes.
पिछले कुछ टाइम से मैं साइलेंस की प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ.
Silence.
साइलेंस. So means silence की प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ. That
Okay.
we do not attend any thoughts.
Correct.
Is calling a silence. बराबर. तो मान लीजिए कि कोई भी एक सिचुएशन आई, तो वो सिचुएशन में थॉट्स जनरेट हुआ, तो वो थॉट्स को हम उसको अटेंड कर रहे हैं, तो मीन्स वो अटेंडिंग के जैसा हो रहा है. तो देयर इज अ डुअल सिचुएशन हैपनिंग बिटवीन.
Right.
Either I have to put in silence or what I have to do.
Correct. 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 Very good. Perfect question. Very important question. So, this not attending to thoughts is only the first step. It's correct step. It's important step. But it is only the first step. So that not attending to thoughts is the neti step. It becomes clearer and clearer. When you don't attend to the thought, the I am not the thought becomes that understanding and experience of I am not the thought. नेति नेति, मैं ये विचार नहीं हूं, मैं ये भावना नहीं हूं, मैं ये सृष्टि नहीं हूं, मैं ये शरीर नहीं हूं, मैं ये मन नहीं हूं. That becomes more and more pakka, established. So it is very important. But it is only the first step. Second step, now that I know I am not the thought, second step is, okay, I'm not the thought, but then what am I? That is the second step. What is the true I that I am? I am not the body, I am not the thought, but what am I? I am this space, I am this openness, I am this love, I am this beauty, I am this truth, I am the container of the thought. I am not the thought, I am the container of the thought. Second step. Third step, I am the container of the thought, and if I look at the thought again, knowing that I am the container of everything, then I look at the thought second time on the return journey. First step, I am going away from the thought. Second step, I am looking at what I am. Third step, return journey back to the thought. I am not the thought, but then what is this thought? What is this world? What is this wall? What is this stone? What is this rock? What is this tree? It is not me, but what is it? And when I take that third step, I discover that it is also made up of nothing but me. I am the sum and substance of everything, including the thought. That is the third step. And the fourth step is knowing what I am, knowing what I truly am. How do I express and fill this content also with what I truly am? That is the final step. That is the process of living life fully. So this InstaMeditation, what we are talking about, is taking you directly to that final step. How do I bring that to this? And this could be the thought, this could be the situation, whatever. So, and it includes, you cannot bring that to this unless you have already gone through the first, second, and third step. And in that first step, what you're practicing is I'm not the thought, I'm the silence in which thoughts are happening. So, very important, but it is only the beginning. It is only the first step. So, you can continue to do that because that will establish that. But if you stop there, then what is the point? If we are not going to attend to this universe, which has been so beautifully created by us, yeah, we need to not attend to it so that we can, हम भान में आए, थोड़ा अज्ञानता में से थोड़ी सी चमक तो आए, इसीलिए वो फर्स्ट स्टेप जरूरी है, लेकिन वहां रुकना नहीं है, वरना we have lost the game. You understanding? So that is it. So first step important, but second, third, and fourth, and final. And this Insta meditation is that fourth step, last step. So whatever you need to make that first, second, third step also very clear, very useful. Whether it is kriya, meditation, silence, japa, bhajan, prayer, fine. But this Insta meditation is the what we are going to do and have available 24/7. This is the because manifesting the ultimate is the whole purpose. Aligning our dreams and our life with that divine source. That is the ultimate. Uh, that is the ultimate purpose. पता नहीं क्यों, पता नहीं कौन है हम, लेकिन उसके साथ जुड़ना, उसके साथ चलना, दैट इज द हाईएस्ट मकसद. तो वहां तक पहुंचना है और ये डायरेक्टली वहां ले जाएगा आपको. गॉट इट? ग्रेट, वंडरफुल, थैंक यू फॉर द क्वेश्चन. हाँ, जल्पा जी, आप पहले इंट्रोड्यूस हुए, आप यहाँ पे पहले. So we end with a.
It's wow.
Thank you, thank you. So we end with a intention for this to spread to thousands of people, millions of people everywhere, so that they can discover their own happiness, their own joy, their own truth, and be free and free and free from suffering. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hari Om Tat Sat.